Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again. Today we're going to talk about two luxury hot topics. Luxury fashion influencers getting dragged for being at Fashion Week. Do they deserve to be dragged? Yes or no? And the fake Birkin slayer. Let's talk about it. Who's this person? What's the tea? What do I think about it? You guys were asking me like what my opinions were. Honestly, just to be completely honest, I don't really care about this. I know that people have opinions on it. I don't care, but at the same time, I don't understand why people are so angry about this account. If your things are real and they're authentic, why does it bother you that someone is calling out people's items that are not authentic? I was reading the interview that was done on the Purse blog by the fake Birkin slayer and Purse blog. The comments were really people exposing themselves in these comments. Like, people are getting so angry at this person for exposing people for having replicas and fakes and counterfeits. And just to be clear, when I say I don't care, what I mean is I don't care that this account is exposing people who have fakes. I don't support replicas. I don't support counterfeit items. Just want to be clear where I stand. If you buy replicas and counterfeits, please don't tell me, because I can't. Okay, I'm not going to give you a PC answer and give a sort of kumbaya, let's all sit around the fire, and all kind of give a PC answer. At the end of the day, people are going to do whatever they want to do. But if some of you ask me my opinion, I'm going to tell you my opinion. I don't support replicas. I don't support counterfeits. I think it's wrong. And honestly, I think it's a form of theft. I think it's a form of commercial theft. As a businesswoman, I don't really care that Big H is this huge billion-dollar brand. I could care less whether it's Big H or whether it's a leather artisan just making three bags a week and selling it on Etsy. If you're taking someone's original idea and ripping it off and packaging it as an authentic item and selling it to people, I think that's wrong. I'm against it. Sorry, that's how I feel. Now, on the fake Birkin slayer stuff, okay, I think that it's time that someone did come and say, listen, there are people, influencers, bloggers, and socialites who have fakes and are pretending that they're real. This is affecting young girls. My niece is 12, and she's also my goddaughter. My youngest sister is going to be 17 this year. Young, impressionable girls are on social media seeing other young women with really expensive $10,000 Birkin Kellys and Constances and thinking, well, can I get one? Can I have one? How can I get one? When I think of my youngest sister who's 16, she's going to be 17, my niece who's, like I said, also my goddaughter, she's 12, they are very impressionable. I think it's wrong to carry a counterfeit bag and to pretend it's real. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I think that this account is taking something which is very frivolous and frothy, like caring about luxury counterfeit bags, and letting people know and dragging people by their skulls. Now, the only thing I don't agree with, which I think is the issue with this account, I started following when it was 15,000 people. I think it's more than 100K follow the account now. And I followed the account before the account was private, so I was already following it. But the thing that I am concerned about is accusing people who have real things of having replicas. If someone has real things, and then you are saying that their things are fake, that is now we're heading into maybe slander, defamation, and all those types of things. I'm concerned about that, and I do think that this account, unless it's a glaringly obvious fake, which is the way from what I was following in the beginning, the slayers, because according to the Purse blog, it's a bunch of people. I'll call them the fake Birkin slayers. The slayers were posting really hideously fake bags. You could only think it's a replica. There's no way it would look authentic, But I am concerned about that. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. But in the Purse blog comments, a lot of people were concerned about, well, why do you care? What do you care? Da, da, da. Well, but why are you getting upset? Why are you mad? If your things are authentic, why would you be upset about this account? I feel like this is a first world problem that doesn't matter. And to me, it's just you know? But at the same time, I think it's good that someone is kind of putting some of these bloggers and influencers on notice, honey, and snatching wigs. One of you asked me, like, why do bloggers always have to prove that they got it from the store? Because they don't want you to think that it's a replica. There are a lot of people on YouTube who are pretending to have things that are real and they're not real. There are a lot of people on TikTok doing this, a lot of people on Instagram doing this. If you're a blogger or a YouTuber or you have a TikTok page, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not a question of who. Don't ask me to say who, because I don't know for a fact who's doing what, but there are people who definitely have reps or mix them in with real things and are not upfront about it. If you're upfront about having replicas, that's fine. But the whole point of a replica is that if you're wearing a replica bag out, it's not like you're telling every stranger that walks past, oh, by the way, this is a fake Chanel bag, this is a fake Hermes bag, or this is a fake LV bag. I can't. I can't. It's not for me. I'm only concerned about accusing people who potentially have real things. I'm worried about that because that's wrong. If you say someone's bag is fake and it's not, that makes them look really bad. But so far what I've seen is like they're just like showing like the really obvious ones that are like so obvious. Even someone like me, I don't think I could ever like really tell if something's like super fake or super real, but I have a good feeling and a good inkling now after covering Big H for so long on my channel, and also obviously going to the boutiques in Paris. And even though I haven't got my offers yet, like I feel like some of them are just so obviously fake. My view on the fake Birkin Slayer is I don't want to be part of the replica stuff. That's just not my interest. But someone calling out the replica part of the influencer blogging socialite culture online to me is not necessarily a bad thing, but you have to be right. You can't call out people who have real things. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. I'm not really concerned about the tone of the posts. Some of you were telling me privately, like, oh, the way the person writes the Instagram stories is rude. No, I don't think so. I mean, like if you follow the Slayers on Instagram, they'll post a picture and then they'll be like, where did you get this bag? And they'll put the eye emoji. I mean, like I feel like you can't tell someone how to react to something. I just hope that they are getting it right every time. And human beings make mistakes, and it would be a nightmare to accuse someone of having real bags and like accuse someone of having fake bags and their bags are real. That would be really embarrassing and very hurtful for that person who is being accused of something which, you know, is wrong. Like their things are real, but they're being accused of having fakes. But you know, I don't really understand the sort of outrage over it. I think anyone who's a little bit too outraged over this account, I'll kind of be looking at you like, why are you mad? Why are you mad though? Why does that bother you? Because anyone who truly loves luxury, I don't know how you can truly love luxury but support replicas. Me personally, I personally don't understand that. I watched a video by one of my favorite channels, Shani Cole. She posted a video about kind of responding to this thing about the whole thing of like rich women wearing fake bags. I loved her response. Her response is exactly how I feel. So I'll link her video below. I just find that people will make excuses for buying these fake things. Oh, I'm rich and I buy fake things so I can invest my money. I mean, you shouldn't like you shouldn't then be buying fakes then, should you? You should be just focus on investing your money. Like if you're buying fake bags so that you can invest money, I mean, I don't understand. I don't want to understand. Highlowluxxe is a counterfeit-free, replica-free zone. It's just not for me. Even responding to this, I'm just tired. Like a girl is tired, boo-boo. So let's move on to the next hot topic, which is one that I am very interested to chat about. I was watching a video by a YouTuber called Socially Stacey J. She was talking about whether Fashion Week should be gatekept or not. I'll link her video below. It was a very interesting video, and she was responding to this idea of gatekeeping Fashion Week and the there are people who are gatekeeping Fashion Week. So I want to kind of give my opinions on what's going on, because I have noticed that there's a lot of gatekeeping of Fashion Week, like to keep influencers and bloggers out. I won't go into the sort of like the history of it and stuff. I just want to talk about the reaction in 2023 today of the way fashion, their fashion insiders and people online, believe it or not, are trying to gatekeep fashion away from influencers and bloggers and stuff. Definitely in the past 2 years, there are a lot of influencers and bloggers who are going to Fashion Week more. I watch a lot of those Fashion Week vlogs. I watched Highlowluxxe's ones, Janae from Highlowluxxe. I watched Brit Chick's and Monroe Steele's ones as well. So whenever they go to Fashion Week, I'll watch their Fashion Week vlogs. Now, and the Yusufs as well. There are a lot of people saying that bloggers and influencers shouldn't be at Fashion Week, and it should be gatekept. It should be the way it was always intended to be. So like way back when, you know, it was like for buyers at department stores and things like that. But I mean, buyers and fashion industry insiders and the media. But like, I'm sorry, this idea that fashion should be gatekept is basically a joke. I mean, Anna Wintour is still Anna Wintour, and yes, she's still a very important person. I think there was a picture of her at the Big H fashion show for autumn winter. That's a big deal for Big H, like for, you know, someone like Anna Wintour to be at their show. But is Anna Wintour gonna tell me what's hot, what's late, what's popping? No, she's not. I'm someone who I kind of march the beat of my own drum. I watch all the shows to see what's trending, but if I like something, I don't care if no one else likes it. I'm gonna buy it. If I like it, I could care less what anyone says about a brand. And the same goes for influencers. Like, influencers can say, hey guys, you should go buy this or that, but if I don't like what they're recommending, I'm not going to buy it. I think that a lot of this is a sort of strange elitism that isn't based on the thing that really it should be based on. These are luxury fashion brands that have luxury price points for their products. It really should be about who has the money to spend at these brands. It shouldn't be a question of, oh, I don't want influencers and bloggers there because I don't feel like they deserve to be there. Who are you to say, like, particularly, this is something I've seen on TikTok. It's like TikTok commenters will be like, oh, influencers and bloggers are really making Fashion Week like not exclusive anymore. But who are you to say that they shouldn't be there? If they are there and they have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers, you know, like the bloggers I just mentioned now, like Highlowluxxe, Brit Chick, Monroe Steele, and the Yusufs, like all of them combined have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers, and they have hundreds of thousands of followers individually as well. They have influence. It is important for them to be there because their audience wants to know, what do you think of the collections? It is important for them to be there, and they have every right and they deserve to be there. I don't understand this idea that influencers and bloggers don't have the right to be at Fashion Week. This is what I think. I think that a lot of this is like rooted in jealousy, honestly, like the gatekeeping that's all of a sudden coming around Fashion Week in the past 2, 3, 4 years. Like, people are like being weird and jealous. Like, are you telling me that if any of you watching, a bigger pardon, or me, if one of us gets an invite to go to the Chanel show, or to go to the Louis Vuitton catwalk show, or to go to a Cartier Van Cleef presentation, you're telling me you wouldn't go? Come on, you would go. You know, I think a lot of this is like definitely jealousy, but also a sort of misguided gatekeeping that makes no sense. There's still a lot of gatekeeping in fashion. We saw this with the drama that happened at the Louis Vuitton fashion show. If you haven't seen the drama, I'll insert a clip here of Zendaya's stylist, Law Roach. He was supposed to sit next to her, I think, at the catwalk show for Louis Vuitton. He didn't have a seat, and then she points behind him like, hey, you can sit here. He was very upset about that, and he's now said he's retired from celebrity styling, and he's basically done with styling. Zendaya is sitting next to Delphine Arnault, who's the new CEO of Dior. I think she was there with her partner as well. I think her partner is on the other side of her. So it's like so confusing to me. There's a TikToker who I'll link his TikTok below. He was talking about how he actually had a theory that LVMH might have engineered this kind of embarrassing stunt. And honestly, at first I thought, oh my god, how could Louis Vuitton get this wrong? But then I'm like, Louis Vuitton's the #1 luxury brand in the world. Zendaya is their newest brand ambassador. This wasn't a mistake. It's definitely possible that they maybe did do this on purpose to humiliate Law Roach, perhaps, which is awful, because there's like drama with him and this actress, I think, is like one of the new faces of Dior. The Dior team didn't want him styling her, and he was styling her before, and there's all this drama. Now, just to kind of bring it back to the whole point about Fashion Week being gatekept, that's a great example of gatekeeping, literally in real time. Watching someone who is very accomplished, he's done a lot for Zendaya. I think some of the narratives around him and Zendaya is a little bit uncomfortable for me, because I do think that in her own right, she's absolutely stunning, she's absolutely beautiful, she's 5'10", 5'11", she's a model, my god, and she has been in the entertainment game since she was a young child. So I feel like we need to also give her respect. A lot of people are like, oh, she wouldn't be where she was without him. I mean, she has put in work as well, so let's make sure that we acknowledge the work that she's done, and her parents, who were very supportive of her entertainment career. But there's no question that his vision and working with her to craft her image did help her get the Bulgari sponsorship, for sure, which I think was a turning point for Zendaya, for sure, because even for me, I'm not someone who was familiar with her film or TV work or whatever, stuff in entertainment. I just knew that she was a famous black figure in the entertainment world. But definitely, as someone who loves luxury, honey, and as someone who mentioned Bulgari as one of my top brands this year to explore, when she got the Bulgari sponsorship, I was like, whoa. So what happened to him is a form of gatekeeping, because he did play a pivotal role in her image. I think in an interview he said he met her when she was 13. She's 26 now. They've been working together for a very long time. That is painful. A lot of people are blaming her, attacking her. She's the celebrity. Is she supposed to give up her seat? No. Come on now. I don't understand. For me, I'm really conflicted about what happened, because I was so hurt for him. I would be so hurt as well. He did deserve to sit front row. But people who are familiar with fashion, catwalks, and the PR things is that sometimes they'll overpack the front row seats to make it look busier. I definitely think that there's something going on with LVMH and him. There's drama going on there, and I don't think it was an oversight. Because at first I was like, it's an oversight, but then when I was watching that TikToker kind of explain his point of view, I was like, actually, I agree with the TikToker. This wasn't an oversight. It wasn't a mistake. This was meant to happen, and that is part of the gatekeeping of fashion. The suits and the business executives are still the ones who run fashion. People talk about tastemakers and all the rest of it. They're still the ones who run these high-end brands, and they get to decide who gets a check, who doesn't get a check, who gets an opportunity, who doesn't get an opportunity. And that is an uncomfortable kind of reality of it. But to go back to the whole point of fashion influencers and bloggers, should they be at Fashion Week? If they bring exposure to a brand, yeah, they have every right to be there. There's some high-end brands that I think understand the power of bloggers more than others. There are many who work with them. A lot of you, like I keep saying, you keep putting Big H on a pedestal. Big H works with influencers and bloggers. There are a lot of bloggers and influencers who went to the Autumn/Winter 2023 catwalk show, who are in the front row. Big H doesn't think she's too good for influencers. I respect that. I have to say, I can respect that, because influencers and bloggers bring so many people to brands. They're not going to be the reason why Big H, makes heaps of money, and Chanel's still going to put her wig on and make a ton of money without them. But they definitely help, to add that, awareness and stuff. I just feel like a lot of the chatter around whether influencers and bloggers should be at Fashion Week, a lot of it is elitism. That doesn't make sense. I think if an influencer or blogger has the audience that shops from these brands, they have every right to be there. It me when people are like, oh, these brands don't care about bloggers, they look down on them and stuff. No, they don't. No, they don't. Why? No, they don't. That's why they're there at these shows and stuff. So I think that I think that let the gatekeeping stop, but gatekeeping very much exists even within the like shopping scene as well. I'm not, a professional blogger. I don't go to Fashion Week, but obviously I go to luxury boutiques and I shop there. There's a lot of gatekeeping in luxury stores. That's something which I think we can chat about as well. Like the treatment that you get when you walk in and the judgment that you receive, particularly if you are like black, frankly. You are treated differently. Even this time around, like in Paris, like it's getting better, but it's still there. And then the moment I'm like, oh, hey, I want to buy this, like, things change and people start, taking you seriously, So there's a lot of gatekeeping in the luxury fashion scene. I'm very much someone who marches to the beat of my own drum, honey, and I don't kind of overthink these things, but I don't work in this industry. Like I have my own business that has nothing to do with luxury fashion. So maybe I'm able to be a little bit more removed than the people who actually work in the industry. At any rate, luxury fashion gatekeeping is very 2000. Let's move forward. And if you don't want to see bloggers and influencers at Fashion Week, do not follow bloggers and influencers. And I bet everyone watching this channel right now follows bloggers and influencers. I follow them as well. I'd love to know what you think about this luxury hot topics video of the fake Birkin slayer and Fashion Week bloggers and influencers being gatekept and being kept away from Fashion Week. I'd love to know what you think about everything. Please consider fully subscribing. I've posted a lot of content this week because I was like, I don't know, I felt like things are moving so quickly right now in luxury fashion. I feel like I don't want you guys to miss out on content, but at the same time I need to kind of keep up. Things are moving quickly. Just before I go, I wanted to just quickly recommend 2 products that I bought when I was in South Africa. I've been using in January, and like I said, I'm going back to Johannesburg in a few weeks' time to do shopping. I will be buying these again. I bought this, which is, I don't know if you can see it well. It is Neutrogena Blackhead Eliminating Cleansing Toner. This is the truth. So glad that I started using this. Whenever I'm really busy at work or I have really big work deadlines at the office, I break out a little bit. I tend to just break out a little bit on my face and then they go away. I've been using this cleansing toner, so when I'm really busy, stressed, working, I tend to use the toner a little bit more. It's been helping a lot. I am wearing makeup in this video, obviously, but this has been working a lot and it's amazing. I absolutely recommend this. And when I go back to Johannesburg, I will be buying multiple bottles of this. I'll link it below. I've also been using this, which is called the Neutrogena Hydro Boost facial wipes. It has hyaluronic acid. It removes waterproof mascara and boosts hydration. This, I'm using it to take off makeup because whenever I'm filming I do wear makeup, and I probably add a little bit more just so that I look nice on camera. I've been using these wipes a lot to take off makeup, but also if my skin feels a little bit tired at the end of the workday, I just quickly wipe my face when I come home from the office, and I use these. I love them, absolutely recommend. When I go back to SA, I'll be getting many of these as well. For those of you who are in Africa or if you're in South Africa, I bought these at Clicks, the Clicks pharmacy in the Mall of Africa, but I'm sure they're available in every single Clicks in Johannesburg or Cape Town or Durban, etc. Alright you guys, so that is pretty much it. Periodically I'll be sharing with you things which I love. Pretty much everything, everything. I've never been sent anything to promote or whatever. I buy with my own money. So if I say it's good, you can trust me. I don't recommend everything to you guys. I bought those NYX lip smoothers. They're cute and everything, but they don't last. You eat a meal or drink something and the color's gone. I don't recommend those. I will not. The pigment is so great, but they don't last. I like the Hermes lip oil. It's good. The lipsticks are better than the lip oil. I think their lipsticks are really good as well, but we'll talk about the Hermes beauty products in another video because I want to give a very honest review, but their lip products are better than the nail varnishes, but definitely these 2 things I can recommend. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video.